video, the first video in this series was uploaded to YouTube. And anyway, I worked through this and I think about the foundation here and I go like, I got it. Okay, okay. The first thing I notice, right, is this in relationship to that. And it is size. And it is so important over in here. That this guy wants to come in here, probably tuck back more in here, and totally dip down in here. That makes that shape so much more interesting to look at because of that, right? I think about, once again, I said this to somebody in class, or maybe it was the drawing class, about a camera having one lens and humans having two. So we see 3D better than a camera, I think, you know? When I see that change in there, right? Maybe we don't see 3D better. Maybe in a certain way, we do. In a certain way, camera sees aspects of three dimensionality in ways we don't. So anyway, when I think about this in here, I see this in here, and how that really drops off in there, and I'm like standing it up more. So I think about that, what wants to happen in there, and I can bring that down and more narrow in here, and then down out in here. Up in here, I'm feeling pretty good about. I look across, maybe too wide up in here, meaning there, too wide. This vase needs a lot of work, but I think my marks there start to establish the volume of that shape. So that starts to feel really good volume wise, right? And I'm not going to try to get exactly mark for mark here. I'm going to want to get the sensation once again. Okay. Color choices and how I work through. Yeah, I started with sap green there and I might have added a little bit of purple and to soften it, but I know I can look at this green here and this and I go like, wow, you know what? That's so much more intense than that. Seems more lively than that. This, I think it might have a little bit of touch of red in it, right? And totally down in here, maybe blue, or maybe even green with that crimson or purple in it, right? But I think, you right away you look at it and you go like blue, and I'm like going, no, it's more complex than that. Um, this is burnt sienna in here when I did this painting, pretty sure. But there I came up with the burnt sienna again and went pretty much watered it down. Down in here was the sap green with some oh, I really did mix with this. I messed with this green because I was looking for the base color. And oh, let's talk about base color up in here. I was looking for the base color of this orange that I could go dark and light, but I arrived at the darker orange first. And I was like, okay, let's go there instead of thinking three. Let's think two colors down in here. So that richer orange and the paler orange, which I just added a little bit of white to this when I came up with that orange, which was the cadmium red and yellow ochre. Because that's not an intense orange up there. That is a muted orange, right? It seems more neutral than intense. Um, this in here, this is going to have a lot of work. I started messing with the purple, the crimson, and I added some red in there, and then probably some ultramarine blue. But it's so thin that even though I got the darker values down in here, I know my value wise, need to go way darker up in there, right? So I'm gonna mess with that, and it's all right that I don't hit it right away, because this is a part that is really exciting, is that you're discovering about this color and how to mix it, and you don't need to hit it right away. If you do, like, excellent. Then it comes down to, like, you have more time to work on how you're describing this, the little bit of folds in here and the shadows and the lighter area right in here. But I think I love the idea of building it and using a step-by-step process of clarification. And the clarification is trying to capture this sensation of color and how the light creates undulating forms throughout the fold and whatnot. So it's color, value, and undulating forms, right? That's the step-by-step process of clarification. Here I'm closer, right? Because I've got the volume going, a little bit of the texture of the bowl. And I believe that opening in there, though that opening needs some work. Over in here, I know I have to make adjustments, and I know I have to make adjustments in here. But once again, all this is step-by-step process of clarification. It doesn't need to be like you need to be perfect on the first step. You need to be perfect on the second step. Too much pressure, not enough fun. Um, all right. So the next video I'm going to make and put up is going to be me pushing this along. And I'll try to get in a spot where I work a field and get that resolved, and then get somewhere where I can paint live on the camera or be recorded painting so you can see how I work through there. And I'll aim for that up in there. But I'm going to go through setting up my next set of road markers. First thing I'm going to do is work on this green back in here and the shadows in that green. So I'm going to fine tune in there. I feel like I got the right idea in there and seeing this. I know it's the sap with a lot of white in it, and it's got like different purples in it or blues or even a red in there to mute it at times. All right, so I'm going to be thinking about two values through in here, two or three values that are close. Over in here, look at how green that gets. And then look at how that's way different than that. The up in here, orange, I feel like wants to pop up in the green there, there, and in there. All right. You guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.